everyone, I'm Kristel and Celemin from the Batangas State University, Alangilan Campus, taking Bachelor of Science in Information Technology from the section 2105.
This video is all about the summary of the chapter 11 and the chapter 11 entitled Build a Small Network. Network design devices in a small network. Small network topologies comprises one router, a couple of switches, and the user PCs. Uh, Small network topology. You will just have a one router, a couple of switches or two routers, and user PCs. Access to internet through a single one or the wide area network link, cable, or DSL. Management usually by a third party company. Device selection for a small network. Security, call top service, the VoIP, L3 switching, NAT, and the DHCP. IP addressing for a small network. Address space is a crucial component of a network design. All devices connected to the network require an address. The address scheme must be planned, documented, and maintained. Address space documentation can be very useful for troubleshooting and control. Address documentation is also very important when controlling resource access. Redundancy in a small network. So the redundancy is the repetition in the small network. A network should be reliable by design. In design, it should be a reliable. Network failures are usually very costly. So when the network fails, so it is very costly. Uh, Redundancy increases reliability by eliminating single points of failure. Traffic management. Traffic type and patterns should also be considered when designing a network. A good network design categorizes uh, traffic according to priority. Small network applications and protocols. Common applications, network application, used to communicate over the network. So it uses to communicate over the network. Email clients and web browsers are example of this type of application. Application layer services, programs that interface with the network and prepare the data for transfer. Each server or each service uses protocols which define the standards and data formats to be used. Common protocols processes on either end of communication session how messages are sent and the expected response, types and syntax of messages, meaning of informational fields, interaction with the next lower layer, voice and video applications, infrastructure, VoIP, IP telephony, real-time applications, scale to larger network, small network growth. So as the time goes by, your small network became big. To scale a network, several elements are required. Network documentation. Uh, you need to document all the when it becomes to network, then device inventory. So your cost in the devices that you are using, so it should be listed the budget. So it also and then the traffic analysis, security threats and vulnerabilities. Types of threats. Digital intrusion can be costly. Intruders can gain access through software vulnerabilities, hardware attacks, or stolen credentials. Common types of digital threats include those listed in this graphic. Physical security, hardware So, let's go first the types of threats. So, digital intrusion can be caused. So, there are different types of threats. So, the threats have the will be costly for us. Then, physical security, the hardware. So, we need to secure our physical hardware. So, because the devices are very expensive. Environmental, so it should be free from the hazards. Then electrical, so we need to maintain or the electrical. Then the maintenance, so we should maintain our PC, so we need to regularly check it if it is working. Types of vulnerabilities: three primary vulnerabilities: technological, configuration, and security policy. Endpoints can be under attack, such as servers and desktop computers. Any of these three vulnerabilities can be exploited and used in attacks. Network attacks. Types of malware. So we have here the three different types of malware. So the viruses. So we are very common in the viruses. So we usually have this in the flash drive. So if we put the flash drive that has a virus in our PC, so some data will be lost. Then, just like the worms and the Trojan horse. So the Trojan horse is just like it is a software that uh, just like it pretends to be a an good software, but but it is a malware. Reconnaissance attacks, discovery and mapping of system and services. Acquire enough information on the target system or network to facilitate the search for vulnerabilities. Common tools rely mostly on free and public internet services such as DNS and WIS. Then, port scanners and packet sniffers are also commonly used in resonance. Then, attacks, access attacks, password attacks. So, we need to use the strong password, trust exploitation, port redirection, man in the middle. Network attack mitigation, backup, upgrade, update, and patch. Keeping up to date with the latest developments. So, you need to update your software into the latest developments. Then, enterprises need to keep current with the latest version of antivirus software. So, you need to have the latest version of the antivirus software. Patches for all known vulnerabilities must be applied. A central patch server for managing a large uh, number of servers and systems. Patches should be installed without user intervention, authentication, authorization, and accounting. AAA services provide access control and network device. The AAA is that the authentication, access resource, authorization, what they can do, accounting action performed while accessing the resource. So the AAA are the A are authentication, authorization, and accounting. The AAA framework can be very helpful when mitigating network attacks. Device security. Default settings are dangerous because they are well known. Cisco routers have the Cisco Auto Secure feature. In addition, the following apply for the most systems. So, the device security is very important for us. So, we need to have different antivirus in our and devices. Change default username and passwords immediately. Restrict access to system resources to authorized individuals only. Turn off unnecessary device services. Update any software and install any security patches prior to production operation. Password. Use a strong password. A strong password is at least 8 characters in length, preferably 10 or more. A mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, symbols, and spaces. No repetition, no common dictionary words, no letter or number sequence, or no username, relative, or pet names, and no other easily identifiable pieces of information, misspelled words, change of the Cisco routers support the use of phrase made of many words, which is called a passphrase. The ping command, interpreting ping result. Using the ping command is an effective way to test connectivity. Used to interpret control message protocol or the ACMP to verify layer 3 connectivity. Help to identify the source of the problem. So the ping command is you will just see the connectivity of the PC or the end devices. The trace route and trace route command. Interpreting trace message. Return a list of hops as a packet and routed through a network. Use traceroute for Windows-based system. Use traceroute for Cisco IS and Unix-based system. And extended traceroute allow adjustment of parameters. Command terminates when destination responds with an ICMP echo replies. User interrupts the trace with the escape sequence. The show command. So we will use this in the CLI command. So here are some popular show commands. So the show command is display configuration file. So checking the status of devices, interfaces, and processes, and verifying the device operational status. The status of nearly every process or function of the router can be displayed using the show command. So these are the uh, popular show command. Show running config. So when we are configuring, so it is saved in the running config. So show running config, show interfaces, show ARP, show IP route, show protocols, and show version. Host and iOS command. The IP config command display IP and default gateway information on the Windows-based computer. What do these all commands? The IP config all the IP config. The ARP command. The ARP dash A command lists all the devices currently in the ARP cache of the host. The cache can be cleared using the ARP space dash D command. Debugging. The debug command allow the administrator to display messages generated by following process in real time for analysis. iOS processes, protocols, mechanism, and events. Troubleshooting methodologies, basic troubleshooting approach. Identify the problem first, then establish a theory or probable cause. Test the theory to determine cause, establish a plan or action to resolve the problem and implement the solution, verify full system functionality and implement preventative measures, document findings, actions, and outcomes, resolve or escalate, verify, and monitor solution. Troubleshoot cables and interfaces. So the duplex operation and duplex mismatch. So thank you. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.